What is up, everybody? So, if you're watching this, this is the second part of the video that I was talking about, because of everything that I worked on from last week. If you watched the first part of the video, thank you so much. It means a lot. But this, like I said, was so much going on last week that it just kept going on and on. And over the weekend, it was a lot of shit that happened. Now, if I'm not mistaken, since the beginning of 2021, we've had at least 10 mass shootings. And over this weekend, we added three more. Now, you got just reading about this and everything's on the way. You got to ask yourself, how can I prevent this mass shooting? And what, where am I going to be a part of this? You know, it's just very terrifying and scary to even hear about this. Now, in Indianapolis, a young man by the name of Brandon Scott Hole, who was 19 years old, stepped into a FedEx warehouse where he once worked and started shooting random people. And he was just firing out in the open, as said from one witness. Now, this is Indianapolis' third mass shooting since the start of the year. And as a nation, already weary from a pandemic grappled with yet another bloody rampage and everything. It's only weeks of back-to-back mass shooting spurs from last month with what happened at the spas in Atlanta and the grocery store in Boulder. And as I said, we've had at least 10 mass shootings, and now we're adding three more to this. And you'll find out what I mean by that. Now, when Hole went into this, Hole went into the location and everything's on the way. You're trying to figure out, like, why is all this going on and everything is on the way. I'll get to that. Now, Chief Randall Taylor of the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department said that it has been told that a large number of ski employees worked at that FedEx warehouse, and the Ski Coalition, a national nonprofit group, said that on Twitter that at least four were killed of the city's ski community. Now, you're trying to figure out this is, what happened, who was this guy, and everything else on the way. Like I said, he used to work at FedEx. Now, around 11 p.m. on the night of, Hole was around the FedEx facility, a large warehouse lined with truck docks outside the Indianapolis airport, and there were at least 100 people at that location during the time. And apparently it was a shift change going on with that, and one night people, it was a pause in the night where people were heading home and people were coming into work, and some were going out to the parking lot to smoke, have a bite to eat, or just to relax after who knows how many hours they were working in that warehouse. Now, armed with the rifle, Hole got out of his car and pretty much just started randomly shooting in the warehouse. There was no confrontation or anything with anybody there. There was no disturbance. There was no argument. He just went in and he just randomly started shooting. And witnesses described sudden chaos and ducked for cover as a man with a rifle appeared in the entrance, just shooting and firing. Now, while this was all happening, Ho shouted unintelligible things as he was going off, firing round after round after round. And before the police arrived there, he went and he killed himself, leaving him in the wake of 8 dead and at least 7 wounded, ranging from the age of 19 to 70. So the people who were killed were from ranging of 19 to 70 years old. Just to let everybody know. Now, Joe Hoskett, I hope I said his name correctly, the mayor of Indianapolis told reporters that the scourge of gun violence that is killed for the city, too many, and in the nation as a whole, we are left with the mourning of grief, as he told. Grief for the families that were killed, grief for the employees that lost their coworkers, and grief for many Americans struggling to understand how tragedies like this continue to occur again and again. And, as this whole thing happening, many calls were being made to the police and everything, trying to get to the warehouse, talking about there was a barrage of gunfire going on. And, they got there too late. Well, they got there, but it was too late for, them to capture Hull and whatnot. And according to Chief McCart, Hull worked at FedEx warehouse in 2020. Now, he worked there until the fall, but no one knows as to why his employment ended. However, in March of 2020, Hull's mother had contacted the law enforcement to report that he may attempt suicide by cop, as told by Paul Keenan, the special agent in charge of the FBI's Indianapolis office. Now, hearing about this, they placed Hull in a mental health hospital temporarily to hold him and interview him to see where he was basically and whatnot. But they didn't find anything about him, any violent, racially motivated ideology, as Mr. Keenan said. But the authorities did take his shotgun away from him, which was never returned. But yet he was able to get guns for this shooting. That goes to show there's a lot happening. Now, while many details are still unclear, Hull's case is a sobering example as to how the states with widely suggested safeguards can fail to prevent dangerous people from obtaining firearms. Like, seriously. The laws, experts say, can often use as, for short-term solutions. And in the days after the shooting, local officials have struggled to explain how a man who was deemed by law enforcement to be unstable to possess a weapon managed to buy one months later, like I said. So again, all of this is happening, and with this pandemic happening, a lot of people are dealing with so much, it's just so much to bear with, if you know what I mean. But again, we are dealing with this day by day, shooting after shooting, and it's just so much to deal with, if you know what I mean. Don't you agree? So as I mentioned earlier, there were 3 mass shootings over this weekend. One happened in Indianapolis. The other 2, they happened in different states. However, they happened on the same day. The first one happened in Kenosha, Wisconsin, where 3 people were killed and 2 people were seriously wounded in a shooting at a busy tavern in the southeastern Wisconsin early Sunday. Now, Kenosha County Sheriff David Beth said that the suspect at the shooting of Summer House Tavern in Kenosha County is expected to not be a danger to the public. However, as of today, we have actually found out that the person was ID'd and they have arrested 24-year-old Ricoya Vincent. Now, Vincent was asked to leave the bar. He got mad and everything was on the way and returned with open fire. Now, shots were fired in and outside of the bar, which described that it was very busy at the time. Chief Beth left the possibility that there was more than one suspect. However, there was only Vincent, so there you go. Officials are still working on identifying the people. However, as of today, they have actually identified who those people were, and they range from about 30 to maybe 40, give or take. And 2 people died in the bar, as I mentioned. However, as Vincent was shooting inside and outside the bar, the other person was shot from the outside. Now, the 2 people who were wounded, they were taken to an area hospital. Now, like I said, there was 2 shootings that same day. The other shooting was in Austin, Texas. And in Austin, Texas, 3 people were declared dead at the scene of a shooting on Sunday afternoon. The Austin Police Department did not release the names of the victims, but identified them as two Hispanic females and one black male. And as of today, they have actually identified who those people were, and that their ages range from about 18 to, I want to say, 20, 25 to 30, give or take. But during a press conference, Austin Police Department Chief Joseph Cannikin said that Stephen Broderick, 41 years old, was a tentative suspect for, with this whole thing, and released his name because he was not in custody and was considered to be armed and dangerous. And I believe he is still armed. He is still out at large in Austin, Texas. So if my friends who live in Austin, Texas, please be safe out there. Now, according to this, Broderick was a former Travis County Sheriff detective, and he was charged with sexual assault of a child in June of 2020. Again, this shows how fucked up everything is going on right now due to the pandemic and so much more. Again, all these mass shootings have got to stop, but, I'm just one voice, and it's still going to happen no matter what. But it's a lot to go with. It is tremendous to hear about all this kind of stuff. Like I said, I've been working on all these videos and getting more and more information about this and whatnot. But again, you guys, what do you guys think about this whole? What do you guys think about what happened in Indianapolis, and Wisconsin, Texas, whatever is on your mind? Let me know. What are you guys' thoughts about the officer who thought it'd be great to show off his baton handling skills to the to the music of Mortal Kombat? Did you really think that makes sense, man? Like, seriously. Or what just came out, the Shang-Chi trailer. What are you guys' thoughts about that? What are you guys' thoughts? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know about anything that's going on in the world and everything else on the way. Okay? Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let people know I'm out there for you guys, because I am always out there trying to get the good word for you guys and giving it to y'all any way I can. Okay? But with that being said, you guys be safe out there. I love all you guys so much. Make sure you wear a mask and do so much more, because we still have a pandemic happening, people. Okay? But with that being said, I love all you guys so much. Peace out.